Hello everyone, are you ready for another anime recap? Then subscribe right now to this Anime Plots YouTube channel and watch this full video. Did you subscribe? Okay, let's start the video.
Previously on Cyberpunk, we see Jimmy dies in the crossfire, and Maine starts losing control of his cyber implants. He randomly blacks out and has severe mood swings. When Kiwi is trying to hack into Tanaka's mind, he attacks her without realizing it. Kiwi is seriously wounded. Dorio refers to this condition as cyberpsychosis. Basically, he's turning into the crazy man from the beginning of the show, as well as the homeless man who murdered Pilar. Dorio requests that Lucy continue Kiwi's hacking. Lucy is terrified, but David persuades her to go ahead with it. Lucy agrees to do it on the condition that Maine be kept away from her, and that David be the one to keep an eye on her. Lucy probes Tanaka's mind while David stands guard. Tanaka abruptly regains consciousness. He begs David not to put him to sleep again. He reveals that he was the one who overturned David's expulsion and awarded him a scholarship, all because David possesses exceptional skills with the Sandevistan. Tanaka will also most likely be killed by the gang because he has seen all of their faces. David becomes hesitant after hearing all of this. Dorio and Maine arrive on the scene and quickly knock Tanaka out. Tanaka's neural connections are destroyed, and he dies immediately. Meanwhile, while fighting, Maine begins to lose control. There is much confusion, and Dorio is shot. Maine is in shock. Maine becomes even crazier and goes on a killing spree, killing all of the police officers. Maine is persuaded to flee by David. Maine, on the other hand, has already given up on himself. He places Dorio's body on a pile of weapons. Maine assures him that he still has much to live for. Then he blows up himself and Dorio's body. David is powerless. Maine's hand is the only thing he can save. He returns to Lucy, and they drive away, leaving David traumatized. Many months have passed, and David is now the gang's new leader. Why, I mean, Lucy, Kiwi, and Rebecca have precedence over him. Just because David is the protagonist? Anyway, David has become a well-known cyberpunk with a solid reputation among other cyberpunks. Maine's hand has also been incorporated into his body. They've even hired a new getaway driver, Falco. Falco believes that David will likely surpass Maine. David visits Doc for routine maintenance. Doc also admits that David is a natural when it comes to cyberware. He tells him about Adam Smasher, Arasaka Corporation's best cyber warrior. Adam is apparently so deadly, he is viewed as a living legend, a boogeyman. Later, Kiwi arranges for David and their old fixer, Faraday, to meet. Faraday assigns him another task. David returns to his opulent penthouse, where Lucy is waiting for him, naked. Lucy has been avoiding hacking since the Tanaka incident. Lucy finally reveals her backstory that night. She was born in another country in an Arasaka facility. They were forced to become hackers since they were children. Arasaka has been looking for something in the old net, which is a 50-year-old internet system. The old net, on the other hand, was full of rogue AI and was dangerous to them. Many of the other children were killed. As a result, the survivors collaborated to destroy the facility's defenses and escape. Lucy ran and ran until she arrived in Night City. David's new arm implant begins to tremble. Lucy claims that she has spent her entire life worrying about herself. She's starting to worry about David as well. In other news, an Arasaka agent is looking into Tanaka's old records. He notices that one of the pieces of information is missing, most likely information about David and his Sandevistan. Lucy tracks him down and murders him. David goes on a mission from Faraday to kill an Arasaka scientist. He also murders a witness, a helpless secretary. But he starts showing signs of cyberpsychosis, the same thing that happened to Maine. Meanwhile, Arasaka counterintelligence is looking for the cyberpunk who killed their members. They believe that their rival, Militech, is responsible, so they attack Militech's fixers, one of whom is Faraday. Faraday survives the assassination attempt. He goes to Militech to get their protection, but Militech is still angry with him for messing up the Tanaka job and his lack of results. Being understandably angry, Faraday contacts Arasaka's counterintelligence instead. Arasaka's counterintelligence forgives him for all the Tanaka mess, but they demand to know the identity of the hacker who has been killing their agents and preventing them from retrieving Tanaka's memories properly. So, Faraday goes to Kiwi to ask for her help. Later, David reflects on the innocent woman he murdered. She, too, had a son, as did he and Gloria. David passes out, so Lucy takes him to Doc to be fixed. Doc gives him his usual sound advice: use fewer cyborg implants. David, on the other hand, goes insane and attacks Doc. He quickly regains consciousness and departs. Lucy confronts him and asks him to reduce the amount of cyberware implants he has. However, David believes that he has important tasks to complete. Lucy detects another hacker attempting to access Tanaka's files, so she goes to confront him. It turns out, however, to be a trap set up by Faraday and our very own Kiwi. Lucy is knocked out. Faraday asks Kiwi to continue working for him, and he promises to arrange immunity for her at Arasaka. Kiwi believes that no one in Night City should trust anyone else. For her, this is just business. She stays with David's gang because no one knows what she did. Faraday dispatches the gang on a new mission against Arasaka. Faraday also dispatches a small, insignificant gang to distract the Arasaka guards. David's team attacks once their target is off-road. David is actually wearing a slew of immunosuppressants because his cyberware is beginning to harm him. Only Rebecca is aware of this. David kills the guards with his Sandevistan. However, it turns out that the main vehicle is on autopilot. It turned out to be an ambush set up by Faraday and Arasaka's company. However, the gang uses some unique tactics to stop the Arasaka vehicle. They are suddenly attacked by an entire battalion of Militech soldiers, so they enter the Arasaka truck. It is revealed to be a cyberskeleton, a high-grade military cyberware more powerful than David's Sandevistan. Faraday then contacts David via Lucy. He tells David to use the cyberskeleton while pretending to speak in Lucy's voice. David has reservations, but Lucy persuades him to go ahead because the oncoming Militech army will kill them. Rebecca is opposed to the idea, but David goes ahead with the installation with the assistance of Kiwi. Kiwi and Falco go out to keep an eye on her, but she knocks him out and flees. Lucy then regains consciousness and escapes. She calls David and informs him that everything was a setup by Arasaka to capture him as a test subject. Faraday, on the other hand, knocks Lucy out and captures her. Then he orders David to use the cyberskeleton to save his gang from the approaching Militech army. David begins to go insane as a result of the cyberskeleton, but Rebecca treats him with immunoblockers and prevents this from happening. Falco also enters and informs them that Kiwi betrayed them. David annihilates the Militech battalion by combining his Sandevistan powers with his cyberskeleton, which allows him to create gravitational fields. David begins to lose his mind, but only long enough to go save Lucy and exact their revenge on Faraday. They head straight for Arasaka headquarters. Kiwi begins to fear for her life. As a result, she decides to flee Night City. Faraday, however, shoots her. As a result, she flees from him. Because David is becoming increasingly dangerous, the Arasaka company dispatches Atom Smasher, a legendary warrior who works for them. Kiwi is dying, so she sends them Faraday's location with her last breath. Faraday's men kill her, but she only dies after one of them is killed. Falco approaches Faraday and is trampled by David. They travel to Arasaka's tower together. David uses the last vial of his immunoblocker there. He then enters Arasaka and unleashes hell on all the soldiers. Faraday is smashed to the ground by him. David is stopped by Atom Smasher. Faraday, on the other hand, begins to flee, and David becomes distracted. Atom Smasher takes advantage of this opportunity and stabs him. So David quickly gathers Lucy and flees. He begins to go cyber psycho, but Lucy kisses him and restores his sanity. Lucy is concerned that David will perish as a result of the cyberskeleton. David, on the other hand, is unconcerned. He only cares about Lucy's safety. Atom Smasher arrives to ruin their romantic moment. Faraday is killed in the crossfire between them. David and Lucy rejoin their friends, but Atom Smasher slams Rebecca into the ground, killing her instantly. He injures Falco too. Adam has a Sandevistan as well. David has a Sandevistan and the cyberskeleton, but he starts vomiting and losing his sanity. Lucy tries to hack Atom Smasher, but it does not work. So, Falco takes her and runs away while David holds Adam back. Falco gives David's final message to Lucy, that he's sorry that they couldn't go to the moon together. David has the cyberskeleton of higher technology, but Adam is the more experienced fighter. Adam beats the everlasting crap out of David, but David goes down laughing, happy that Lucy is safe. Sometime later, Lucy goes to the moon on a tour. There, she sees David smiling and laughing in front of her. And then, he's gone. She's all alone. Lucy smiles sadly with the memories that she has of the man she loved.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.